data got encrypted.
Welcome back to my channel Five again. Let's learn what is ransomware and how to stay protected from getting victim of ransomware attacks. Let's understand step by steps. What is ransomware? Ransomware is a type of malware from cryptovirology that threatens to publish the victim's personal data or block access to it unless a ransom is paid. While simple ransomware may lock the system so that it is not difficult for a knowledgeable person to reverse. More advanced malware uses a technique called cryptoviral extortion. It encrypts the victim's files, making them inaccessible, and demands a ransom payment to decrypt them. Today, organizations are relying on the signature based defenses, but this solution is too slow, static, and siloed to meaningful stop fast moving, sophisticated threats. New working practices have exacerbated ransoms risk facing organizations, with hybrid working making mission critical infrastructure accessible remotely, resulting in sensitive data a mild ride if of environments. Cyber criminals have been quickly to capitalize on this with a rise in RDP exploitations, either as a result of accidental exposure or brute forcing, and also most common method of entry for ransomware, like emails. Victims to engage with phishing campaigns and click malicious links, resulting a download of ransomware. Double extortion. Nowadays, cyber criminals are not stopped at the data encryption. What they do is first data exfiltrated, keep the data's copy, and then do that encryption part, which attacker with a further leverage. Release or a sensitive data result in a reputational damage, compliance fines, competitive disadvantages. Below few things you to ransomware attacks. Number one, cyber insurance. Cyber insurance can be a savior when it comes to devastating ransomware attacks. But it will only help if it is in place before attacker strikes. The insurance may provide many of the services. Number two, incident response. The ransomware didn't just appear in your network. You need to figure out the root cause, what the attackers did in your network, and what, if any, data was taken. There are likely compromised user or system with backdoors that weren't affected by the ransomware still on your network. If you don't, then this attack will happen again in few weeks. Incident response come to figure out this. They come into your organization, investigate the attacks, and give you assistance you need to make it through containment, eradication, and recovery of the incident. One tip for you guys: if you don't have any incident response team, get an incident response trainer. This will have someone available to you. I will put you their details in the description if you like. They will assist you 24 by 7 into 365 days. Next is legal. When ransomware, legal counsel is must. They will be the one to tell you how to navigate the minefield of reporting obligations. Ensure your communications are privileged so opposing counselor can't see them if you get sued, and advise you on whether paying the ransom is legal. You also want to make sure that your internal legal team knows how to handle cyber incidents, or that you work with external legal counsel that has this experience. Organization can expect to pay anywhere from $250 to $700 an hour for external counselor, with the total bill easily reaching $75,000 for most of the organization if your attack does not go into litigation. Now, crisis communications. Your organization probably has communication team, but has it ever dealt with crisis? How will you notify your customers? What will you say? How will you say it? What do you say to employees? How do you control the flow of information? If your team has never gone through this, you need a qualified crisis communication firm to tell you what to do and how to do. Number 5, IT. Yes, you IT department, and it is a crucial part of your ransomware response plan. However, you are not going to recover from ransomware attack over the weekend. If you do it correctly, at least. From the ransomware attack is a 24 by 7 operation that will last for a while, and staff will burn out if they are expected to work long hours for a day, a week, months on end. Organization may need to bring in extra help, expertise to rebuild things properly and quickly. Expect bringing in IT support to cost in the range of $200 to $500 an hour, depending on the type of expertise needed. Ransom. Every organization that gets hit with ransomware has to make the decision on whether to pay the ransom or not. Sometimes it is the only way to get your data back or prevent highly sensitive data from being leaked. You don't recommend it, but that decision is fortunately out of our hand. Any case, ransom can range from few thousand dollars to 2 millions to 5 millions. I hope you won't ever have to pay, but if you do need to, you should also get something called a ransomware negotiator. The number is ransomware negotiator or ransomware negotiator. These are organizations that specialize in helping reduce the ransom amount, assist in purchasing cryptocurrency, and ensuring your data is deleted. Although attackers often don't completely delete your data, you need one. Nope, but having one can help save you a larger amount of money. Unfortunately, there are many other costs associated with ransom attacks, such as hardware and software recovery costs, additional protection, loss of productivity lawsuits, loss of customers, and ongoing monitoring. The good news is that many of these expenditures can be reduced or eliminated with proper planning and preparation. Well, there is something called zero trust. At the time when ransomware continues to make headlines and break new records, could zero trust be the answer to ransomware waves? Before we answer this question, let's first understand zero trust and its core components. What is zero trust? The concept of zero trust has been around a while and is most likely an extension of least privileged access. Zero trust helps to minimize the lateral movement of attackers, techniques used by intruders to squat networks. Through the principle of never trust, always verify. In a zero trust world, there is no implicit trust granted to you, regardless of where you are logging in from or resources you are trying to access. Just because you are behind the corporate firewall, only authorized individuals gain access to the selected resources as needed. The idea is to shift the focus from perimeter based reactive approach to data centric proactive one. A core component of zero trust are to effectively implement zero trust, the organization must understand the core components. Number one, guiding principles. Four guiding principles serve as a foundation element to a zero trust strategy. This includes defining business outcomes. Organization can only defend themselves effectively once they know what they are trying to protect and where they are. Designing from inside out, identifying resources that need protection at the granular level, and building security control that work in a close proximity with those resources. Outline identify access requirement, providing a more granular level of access control management to user and device, and inspecting and logging all traffic, comparing authenticated identity against predefined policy, historical data, context of their access request. Number two, zero trust network architecture. Zero trust network architecture is made up of the protect surface, data asset, applications, and service resources that are most valuable to the company. Micro perimeters, granular protection that protect a resource rather than the network environment as a whole. Micro segmentation, segmenting the network environment into discrete zone or sector based on different function of the business. And context specific least privileged access resources are granted access in with the job role and associated activities as well through enactment of the principle least privilege principles. Number three, technology enabling zero trust. There isn't a single solution that enables zero trust. Having said that, technologies such as identity access management, multi-factor authentication, single sign-on, software-defined perimeters, user and entity behavior analytics, next-generation firewalls, endpoint detection and response, and data leakage prevention can help you to get started on zero trust. Zero trust and the ransomware problem. Zero trust isn't a silver bullet for ransomware, but if implemented well, it can help create a much more robust security defense against ransomware attacks. This is because fundamentally human error is the root cause of all cyber attacks, and zero trust put the spotlight back on users' identity and access management. Zero trust also helps reduce the attack surface significantly as internal and external users only have access to limited resources and all other resources are completely hidden away. Additional zero trust provide monitoring detection and threat inspection capabilities which are necessary to prevent ransomware attacks and exploitations of sensitive data. There are also some misconceptions surrounding zero trust that must also be highlighted. Number one, zero trust will not eliminate the ransomware threat in it entirely through it with significantly reducing its possibilities. No single technologies Number two, no single technology solution can help you achieve absolute zero trust. Many vendors will try to sell you one, but this is not in your best interest. Number three, zero trust isn't designed to solve all your security problems. It's designed to reduce the probability of security incidents, limit lateral movements, and minimize damage in case of security incident like ransomware. Number four, segmentation of user and resource sound great in theory, but it's quite difficult to implement. Zero trust isn't a quick fix, but a well thought out long-term security approach. Zero trust is a strategy much like digital transformation. It needs a commitment from the entire organization, not just the IT team. It requires a change in a mindset and a radical shift in architectural approach. It needs to be executed with a care and a great deal of thought, keeping a long-term perspective in mind. And finally, it must be perpetual evolving process that changes in line with the evolving threat landscape. Nearly half of the cybersecurity professionals still lack confidence in applying the zero trust model, and rightfully so. One wrong move can leave the organization in a worse position. That said, business that implement zero trust successfully will be much stronger position to combat evolving threat like ransomware and emerge as a cyber resilience organization. There are few analyses on account of major techniques and their effectiveness you can see on the table. You can refer that how and can be high effective countermeasures we can apply with the least amount as well. So guys, I have tried to explain you what is ransomware and how you can mitigate the ransomware, what are the prerequisites we need to be ready with. So if you like my video, please press a bell icon, subscribe my channel, so whatever the latest day I upload a video come to you as soon as I will upload them. Thanks for watching this video and I have a wonderful day ahead. Bye.